what you think that we think is cool. What you think that we think is cool. What you think.
All right, man, let's do it.
Double check. Okay. Welcome back to the Slightlee Daily Podcast. This is episode 218. I have a special guest, a recurring guest, Dylan. I got a question for you, Bubba, to start us out. You were a guest years ago, probably about 5 years ago. Do you remember what episode that you came on? That's what I just looked up on my phone right here. Take a guess which number. We're at 218 right now. Take a guess.
It was what, 6 years ago?
About 5, I think. I think it was 2021.
Episode 34.
Dude,
it had to have been early.
That's it.
He's only got one screen. He's not. There's no way.
That's actually it. Yeah.
It's not that one. There's no way.
I swear on my life, guys, this is not scripted. Look, I don't know if you can see. It's blurry as hell.
Good shit, Dylan.
Yeah, that's actually
crazy
insane.
cool.
Well, damn. That was
Okay, well, I gotta say, about a month ago, I rewatched that episode.
Okay, so
but I did not know that. I didn't look. I don't want to lie to you and say
it was probably subconsciously. Maybe your brain was like,
yeah, I knew it was towards the beginning. I didn't know it was number 34 though.
Yeah. So yeah, man.
I didn't want to answer too early. Honestly, I didn't want to give you too perfect an answer. So.
Well, you did. I mean, but yeah, dude. Okay. So for the audience, when Dylan came on, actually, dude, there was a couple clips that I made out of it that was really, really good, and Connor was on there as well. But we talked about really just like true crime stuff. And real quick, I'm gonna do a small tangent, and then I'm gonna let you talk because I have a question for you, Dylan. But specifically that kind of first section, that first chapter of the podcast, I was having anybody on, and it was a breath, and sometimes they were good, sometimes weren't, but it was a breath of fresh air for you to come on, Dylan, because you were like passionate about what we were talking about, and you weren't trying to like come on here and sell something or be like, hey, listen to my mixtape, which was nice, but that was really fun. So I had a ton of fun with that. But my question for you is, and I probably asked it on the first one, but I'm just gonna ask it again. I'm not, what draws you to like true crime, spooky horror stuff? Like, what was like one of the first kind of things that you were drawn to as like a teenager or a kid or something?
Man, honestly, my mom probably. She was always into it. She was a big reader, but I've just always been fascinated with kind of just the dark underbelly of things. And I don't know, I just always thought there was more to know about it. There was deeper, you could dive deeper into those kind of subjects.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, they spark your interest more. And as I've gotten older, it's just something I look more and more into, and it just fascinates me. Just any kind of story like that,
Yeah.
Anything like that. It's always,
for sure.
It's just something I'm
Mr. Ballin
too.
Oh, Mr.
What's that?
Mr. Ballin, I actually just discovered him, Connor. Funny enough.
Really?
Just like within the last month. Yeah.
Where'd you see him at?
So he was on this other podcast, Sean Ryan. He's like this military guy.
I knew it.
Okay, yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it.
Okay, yeah, but this
He-
guy, Dylan, you would like him. He literally, basically, the equivalent of like fires, like
Mr. Ballin.
Mr. Ballin. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he tells. He was a Navy
Okay.
SEAL. Yeah, I followed it.
Oh,
I've
he
listened to it.
was. Oh, okay. I did
Yeah.
not know that. Okay,
Mr. Ballin was a Navy SEAL.
I did not know that. Okay, well,
Yeah, I believe he was.
he's such a good storyteller.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, dude, he got on Sean Ryan and told like his top 5 or something. He's got a book. I want to read it.
Yeah, he's got some good ones.
I-
Yeah, he really monetized that market. He's probably the top guy out there for that, you know?
for
Way
Ca-
better than that Bumber 15 guy.
Bumber 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
There's some good channels out there for that though. There's some channels. There's a channel called Monsters, and this guy does contemporary crime, and he does a lot of guys that you've never heard of, and really just like criminals, not necessarily like the paranormal and stuff.
Yeah.
But he has a really good channel that's blown up, and he probably got 8 or 9 seasons, got a few hundred episodes. And that's another reason I wanted to come back on here, man, is you've been pretty dedicated to this. I thought I was pretty
Yeah, man.
impressed. You got over 200 something episodes now. You've been doing it every week since then, haven't you?
Just about. I mean, give or take. There's periods of time, stuff happens, but I mean, Connor's known me for years, man. When I start something, man, and I really like it, it kind of consumes me in a way. I don't know. And this is something that is like, how do I put it? It's not like low effort, I guess is the way I would put it, because it doesn't feel like I'm like pulling teeth when I'm like recording or working on this type of stuff. Like it's fulfilling. So,
Right.
yeah, man.
Well, it's definitely the way of the future, man. So you're carrying
Yeah,
in
no, the homie's true to this, not new to this for sure.
Yeah, man.
You know, he had perfect attendance all 12 years of high school.
That's not
dedication.
that's not true. That's not true. No.
Bro, I've been lying to people. I thought you had it all 12 years.
No. One singular year, my junior year, or it was like sophomore, junior year, one time I had perfect attendance. You're lying to
I've lied
You're
to about
lying to
5
folks.
people.
same thing at all.
You're lying to folks.
Lied to about
I
5
did,
people
though.
for no reason.
I did have 1 year though. I did have 1 year of perfect attendance in high school. I will say I
Couldn't
did.
be me.
One
really
year. Well, my mom's a teacher, man, and so was my grandma, and my little brother is now too. So I mean, it was always like, it was always a part of us. Like we were like, my mom was like, "No, you're going to school." Like, period.
No, for sure.
especially at one point in time, because she worked at the school we went to, so she was like, "All right, get in the car, let's go to school."
wow.
I'm going to work. Let's go to school.
I used to date my teacher's daughter, and I would ride to school with her, and then
Oh, wow.
she was my first period teacher. So
That's
I
some
just ride
interesting
it.
lore right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's some
just those 3
interesting.
months. That's a nice 3 months and an awkward 2 months afterward.
Yep, of course. Doesn't sound pleasant. Dylan, I did have a quick question before I forgot. Like before we really got into this stuff, but so are you into paranormal stuff like ghosts and that stuff?
I'm fascinated by it. I don't know
Okay.
about being like Zach
Like-
Baggins, go out
okay.
and look.
Okay.
I'm not into that really, but
Okay.
I do believe there's definitely, there's layers to this world.
Okay.
That's for sure. Like,
Okay.
there's stuff out there that you can only feel and not see,
100%. Yeah, I was gonna say because I get into that is like if someone was
Do you get into it like that?
Yes. All right. So when I was
Really?
when I was in high school, actually, funny story. I would love for my other homies to be in here right now for this to give their accounts of it. When we were in high school, we had a ghost hunting group. Actually,
Okay.
did you know that you knew this, right, Connor? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
We
listening.
we had a ghost hunting group where we would. I mean, we never really found anything, but we would have like the little voice recorders and like the little dog and cat balls, when you
Okay.
that's really what all that they used to like find their evidence. But anyway, I'm like I won't get too far into that. But I get into um like investigations like YouTube a lot. There's like
Okay.
a couple channels that I follow, and they'll be like, "Yo, we're going to." There's this ship out in like New England or something called Queen Mary that's
I've
apparently
heard
like
of it. The
yeah
RMS Queen.
yeah it's like
Yeah.
haunted as hell for some reason. I can't remember, but like it's just I don't anyway.
For me,
Yeah.
it's all about the location, you know? Like, where did you guys go? Where did your group go hunting at? Like, any spots around here
So
specifically?
the Walking Horse Hotel and War Trace, we went a couple times.
I've been to a haunted house there,
In War
like during
Trace,
Halloween system. I think, is that the tall hotel there that's like 4 or 5
yeah,
stories?
it's 3 stories. Yeah, I mean it's right next to the train tracks.
It's the one that sticks out.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. I've been
Uh-huh.
there.
Hmm.
They have like a haunted house during
Oh
Halloween.
yeah. Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I went to it a few years ago. It was cool.
It would be interesting to go back because we were we were literally 17 and 18, and yeah, and then we went to some cemeteries. There was randomly, just off the top of my head, because we went to like several, maybe a dozen or like 15. But
So,
we went to there's this place on the square. So I don't know if you know in Murfreesboro, they have like underground tunnels in Murfreesboro.
oh yeah.
Did you know about this, Connor?
I didn't. I know he did.
Okay, there's
Man,
underground tunnels in Murfreesboro, and there was it was like the one of the historic buildings, but it was like it wasn't like a court building. It was one of the historic buildings down there. But anyway, somebody my mom knew was like clean. They cleaned the basement or whatever, and then she let us in and let us investigate it one night, and it was
You got to go down there?
yeah, it was creepy as hell, dude.
Cool.
Like you know that,
this man went to the catacombs of the borough.
but yeah,
Dude, I've
kind of.
always wanted to go, and I've
Yeah,
heard that there's an entrance at the Central High School,
yeah.
but I've never been able to find an entrance to it.
Yeah,
But
which
I've heard about it.
I went there for high school too, and that I'd never actually heard about that, but it doesn't surprise me because it's really crazy if you think about it. Like
How big are they, dude? Central to the
Big.
squares,
to MTSU too.
far,
No, it's really not
The
that far.
tunnels are big.
It's
bro.
really
To
Like,
not.
MTSU
there's a-
for a tunnel,
they're
brother.
like catacombs,
Come on,
bro.
Yeah,
They're
it,
bigger than the sewer system,
yeah,
from what I've seen.
yeah. It's
and
insane.
like you could stand up like full. Like how big? Like hallway? What are we talking here?
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I
From
thought you
what I've
went.
seen, you can walk in
No,
them.
so we went to the basement. We didn't go like underground, but we were in this basement, far underground.
Yeah, they come up
Oh.
under a lot of the buildings. I think one of the fraternity houses has has an entrance to them.
Yeah, it's hold on. Let me look if I see if I can see anything. on
Dude, what?
chat.
I wonder what you can find out about it. I saw
Yo.
a picture somebody shared on Facebook of them renovating a place on the square, and they had a bunch of pictures of like the entrance from their building into the tunnels, and it was pretty big. It looked
That's
like Paris.
wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Okay.
All right,
here-
so every time we bring up this ghost hunting stuff, I actually ask him for no reason at all because I know he doesn't know her. But do you know, man, she used to live on River Rock. Her name was Reagan, but her mom did that ghost hunting stuff.
Mm-mm. No,
She
that's
was like-
interesting.
She was like in like Turtles grade.
Mm-mm.
And you,
I,
Dylan.
no,
No, of course not.
You don't know her?
No, I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think so.
Well, she actually like ghost hunted the cemetery that was on River Rock, but now apartments are built on that, and that
They
was
don't
I
even have
swear
it there.
those apartments have got to be haunted.
that's a
It's
shame.
like a family cemetery.
It's a fucking shame.
What
Okay.
what apartments?
The ones across the street from like Old Time Pottery on River Rock, like the back of Old Time Pottery.
Okay.
They're like the new ones, not the old
oh,
ones.
yeah.
They got some real old ones back there, but it's like the
Yeah.
new one.
There's probably a lot of haunted history in this town, man.
Well, all right. So let's just let me just rifle through here real quick. Okay. Now it does say Okay, it says one of the biggest underground system in Murfreesboro isn't a secret tunnel. It's a buried creek system. Now, I mean, there's and then right here it says there's a long-standing rumor about the tunnels in the courthouse. Um, I mean, it's like it's folklore, but I mean, it's been talked about so much. Yeah, look, consider this local folklore.
I've
But
seen pictures
I've
of
heard
the
Seen
road.
pictures.
I've heard about it, like literally.
There's,
Bro, if I'm
there's
not mistaken, some years back they were saying that they were gonna reopen this tunnel so that they could shuttle people from the jail to the courthouse. I swear.
Look,
well, I do know that there's something down there. They can call it what they want, but there's something
Fallout
that acts
tunnels.
like a tunnel
yeah, Fallout
where people
tunnels
can get
from Central Magnet School to the square, tunnels connecting
Yep.
banks around the courthouse, underground railroad routes through caves, sealed tunnels under Main Street basements. So I mean that Main Street that would be um like the other side of the court, like the courthouse. But yeah.
Yeah, it's right over by where I live. And I heard that the central, it's something about the teacher's courtyard is where where I heard that the entrance was to it.
Yeah.
They said that there's a grate that'll open up. I don't know where I read it. Might have been like some kind of forum.
We got to figure that out and do a pod on it. We got to really do our we got to do some boots on the ground journalism. We got to find
Let's
I'm
break into the
pretty lost
caves.
from it, guys. Let's go hike over one night. I
Oh,
tried one
man.
night, but I really couldn't get that close, without looking like a weirdo.
Right. Or getting
I would have went, dude.
handcuffs smacked on you for trespassing.
If someone
something.
asked, I'd be like, dude, I'm trying to find the tunnels. I want to know if it's true or not. What do you mean? Do you want to come?
Man, they're there.
Okay, so
It said there was no historic proof.
yeah, I mean they said it was folklore, but dude, I've heard that. Like I've heard it before. You know what I mean?
They're there.
Okay.
They are there.
So let's do this. Dylan sent us a couple cases here. I'm gonna open our little outline here. Okay. You want to talk about this one first, Dylan? Dennis Martin?
Do that one, man, because that's a
Okay.
famous one
I've
from
got
around here.
I've got a little outline if you want to like it's got some information, but what you know before we get into like facts and stuff, how'd you find it and what's intriguing about it to you?
Okay, so this is a story. Basically, this kid went missing in the Smoky Mountains National Park on Father's Day weekend of 1969. He was a 6-year-old boy who was slightly on, I believe he had, I don't know if he really had a mental disability, but he was a tad bit affected.
Mm-hmm.
But he was okay, and this was something that the family did every year. And they did quite a long hike, because it's pretty rough if you've ever been out to, the Smokies, like on the trails there. And they hiked on the Appalachian Trail and camped for a night. And the next day they were hiking, and it was the whole family. It was the father, a grandfather, and I believe it was 2 or 3 children. And about 4 in the afternoon, they were approaching Spence Field, which is a pretty famous place along the Appalachian Trail, not far from Cades Cove in the national park, if you've ever been to Gatlinburg or anything like that. And the kids were playing hide and seek. They stopped to take a break. They were about to camp, and they turned around after about 2 minutes. The boys were hiding, and Dennis was gone. And nobody ever saw him again. And it led to the largest manhunt in National Park Service history, one of the largest manhunts in American history. It's just a landmark case,
Yeah.
as far as that goes. And it really just fascinated me, and it's just scary. It's something I think about every time I go out to East Tennessee. It's something I just
You
always
think it was
wonder
a
what
bear,
happened.
dude?
They never
Not a
found any
bear.
remains, anything.
Would a bear leave much behind on a 6-year-old boy?
You
Dude, they
think
don't think it was a bear. I
You
don't know why. I'm trying to think because there's so many things that could have happened that's escaping me for the moment.
okay, here let's see this.
See
Okay.
what chat has to say.
So it's such a It's such
Yeah,
a
yeah. Here,
captivating.
you're kind of spot. I was kind of reading while I was like listening and reading. You kind of got it spot on. Dennis and his brother decided to play hide and seek and jump and scare adults. The plan was to split up and come out of different directions. The brother jumped out first. Dennis never did. He vanished within minutes. Okay, the search. The father
Oh yeah.
started searching immediately. Within hours, rangers from the park, FBI. That's crazy. The
Yeah.
search became largest in national park history. Searches included 1,400 searchers, Green Berets, park rangers, volunteers, helicopters, tracking dogs. No trace was found.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what what makes
Man.
part of what you just said right there crazy is they don't get the Army or Marines or any of that. They don't get involved in searches like that. And that's like the only time that's ever happened for a
Uh
private citizen.
huh.
And
Oh wow.
that led to a lot of people wondering if something else was going on, which led to a lot of conspiracies about what they call wild men or basically like the wrong turn people, if you've ever seen that movie,
Mm-hmm.
or the hills have eyes type deal.
Uh huh.
And been a lot of speculation about that, which that's the conspiracy theory part. However, a lot of people, including Dennis Martin's dad, always believed he was kidnapped.
I mean,
Uh,
that would make the most sense. I mean,
well,
Yeah, now
if
that
they
I'm thinking about it, I feel like if a bear would have grabbed him, there would have been at least a shoe or something left behind.
or
so the thing,
DNA or
Yeah,
like blood, hair, anything.
yeah. I didn't know that all those people came out, dude. That's a
thousands.
squad.
And they learned a lot about searches after that because they oversaturated the scene within like 24 hours. Too many people came out to search,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 48 hours. And all of a sudden, you got too many footprints, and it was just too many people for their own good.
Oh wow.
And it really hurt the search. But what uh, what makes somebody took him a hard thing is they were 9 miles from any roads. They were clear up in the park. So how you gonna get a car up in there to kidnap a child?
That's what I
Yeah, that's
was.
what I was thinking because you said
Gotta hike
they
him out.
hiked a while. Like it was
Yeah.
a long hike before they even started setting up camp.
Well, there was a guy who was in another part of the park with his family who about 5:45 in the afternoon said he heard a scream. And then one of his kids reported that they saw a bear or a wild-looking man walking hurriedly, like past a tree line towards a car,
Mm-hmm.
um, at a part of the park that was about 11 miles away, or maybe 9 miles away. Um, that would have been, it
That's
was,
impossible.
some people said it was impossible, some people said it possibly could be done. A park ranger said a guy who really knew the park could possibly do it if he went straight through the woods.
While carrying a child, probably like kick him.
And
You
keeping
have,
him
you have
quiet.
Google Earth. Really?
What'd you say?
You have Google Earth.
Yeah. What's the park called?
The Smoky Mountain National Park.
So that's the part of it.
It's Spence Field in
Okay,
the park is
let's
where you're missing
okay.
from.
Let's see if we can look up that area. That's a good.
Yeah, if you could bring it up.
Uh, let's see. That's not how you spell
And you
that.
can kind of see what we're talking about here.
Spence
Because it
Field.
would be a hell of a kidnapping to pull off.
Okay. Okay, here we go. I mean, yeah, this is remote
Dude,
to say the least.
yeah. So what are you talking about? Where's this 11 mile? Can you point that out? Like where he was seen
All
apparently?
right, hold on. So this
I'm trying to pull up our Google Earth here thing.
here. Let's read this real quick, Dylan. So what you're spot on, but this is another segment. It says a key witness
Okay.
said a rough looking man carrying something over his shoulder was spotted. The
Yes,
object
that's the
looked like a child. The man ran into the woods. However, it wasn't confirmed by, I'm assuming, law enforcement, the authorities. So, and then
yeah.
quickly, real quick. So, what you also said about the too many people, search teams trampled potential evidence. They focused on the wrong areas at early. The bloodhounds lost scent after a storm, and the witnesses' reports came in too late.
Yeah.
So that's a
It's
but
just
with it being out here in the middle of nowhere, I mean, your resources are limited.
uh-huh.
I
So
mean,
if you
Yeah, like,
zoom
I was
in,
wondering how they even got the park
okay,
rangers. What year was
so
this?
yeah, just like you
69.
got it right now. If you zoom in straight like you have it right now, there's a trail that bisects the Appalachian Trail.
Probably
And I
here,
think
huh?
it's called the Rowan's Creek Trail. And Google Earth does have it marked, at least on mine. And it's right there along that ridge line. You're right there on it. And that's exactly the spot they said that he was last seen.
Huh.
They think he went down
I mean, dude, look
the
how
Dude, it's
thick.
so secluded.
Yeah, look how
yeah.
thick this is. Let's see. What would be
And
the
the
closest city?
closest
I mean,
Knoxville.
Knox, yeah, Maryville, like
Yeah.
Gatlinburg. I mean, look how far it is from Gatlinburg, and Gatlinburg's far. Pretty secluded.
Dude,
So the
Holy
closest
shit, man.
place you could bring a car is the Cades Cove parking lot, and that's a hike, bro. That's hours away. So how are you gonna pull something like that off? Like it's
is
almost
that ever?
impossible.
Okay, so let's read some theories here. Okay, we got the abduction theory. Okay, no remains were found, search was covered, witnesses, quote unquote, take that with a grain of salt, that they saw a man potentially. Um, theory 2, animal attack, black bear, bobcat, but experts say an animal attack would have left some remains or blood. That's what you think off the top of your head if there was anything, like anything, but and then 3, he just got lost. I mean, essentially.
That's I
Yeah,
think
but
that's
I mean,
likely.
eventually they would have found the lost child as well, either
Yeah.
remains or alive.
Yeah, that's what this says right here. Search teams should have eventually found something.
Nobody
Don't
ever
even have
found anything.
So,
A guy years later claimed that while he was illegally harvesting ginseng within the park, which is illegal, he came across some bones that he thought belonged to a kid, but he never said anything because he was in the park illegally. But that's just a claim that somebody made. And
Holy
that's the
shit.
only thing that was ever found, really.
Unfortunately, with this being in the 60s, man, I mean, like all 3 of these right here are very possible. Like there's no you can't really lean toward one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in the 60s, somebody would have definitely been like, yeah, I saw a ragged man, like, get some 15 minutes of fame out of this huge search.
Yes. Imagine today, I mean, something would have wow.
He's not the only person that's gone missing in that park. It's the scariest story. There was a guy who went missing a few years ago in the park. There's been 5 or 6 people.
Wonder what
It's
it
wild.
is. You remember the what was that girl and her boyfriend, Gabby Petito?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about? I mean, this is probably a dumb question, but what is it about national parks where is it because the wilderness is so dense? Like, what is that?
Dude, I think it's because, like, people, like, visit those frequently without being weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not just hiking in the woods, you're like, that dude's always going in the woods for something.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
you're surrounded by dense woods and you can get real familiar with it. Like, whoever did that, if he did get kidnapped and he did that 11 miles within an hour, that's insane work, dude. What? Because you said they started setting up camp at like 4. Then around 5, the man was spotted, like almost to a car on a tree line. That's insane. 11 miles in the woods.
I
And the
want to say it was
Smokies.
Yeah, I want to say it was about a 90-minute difference. Everything was like approximate because they were
Yeah.
in the woods and it was
Yeah.
1960. But that
Holy
seems
shit.
approximately impossible,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Um,
That's scary, actually, dude. Holy shit.
Very scary.
Ugh.
There are people, the paranormally inclined would say, I listened to a video where they talked about a vortex
Yeah.
out
Okay.
in the woods and at these national parks. Uh, there was a story about a park ranger who was taking a break up against a tree and he did something where he reached out and his arm disappeared. And as he pulled it back, it came back into view. And
What?
I don't know. He said there's like this thing that's supposed to happen out there where everything gets quiet and you don't even hear the animals and the wind and all that.
What
But
about those horns that people have recorded? It's just these loud horns out in the
In
woods.
the
it's
battlefield? Have you heard the stuff about the battlefield in
Uh-uh.
Murfreesboro? Have you, Dylan?
that'll dude, the Civil War stuff here fascinates
Yeah,
me.
dude.
I
That.
live near the Maney plantation and there
Mhm.
was part of the battle
Yeah.
happened right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean, Connor,
scary.
even here, like, so that's one thing that has always intrigued me too. Is Murfreesboro specifically, we have a connection with uh the Civil War, like a deep connection with the Civil War, and I mean, people have heard, like you said, like war, like drums and stuff, and like seen like apparitions of like soldiers on the
Hmm.
No, the horns
battlefield.
I'm talking about are like mad loud,
Mm,
like coming from the sky. Weird.
yeah,
Usually
That
it's in the woods. I don't know. I've never seen a video of it where it's just in the city.
that's crazy.
right. That's a
Um,
good point.
as far as the battlefield, man, there, what did that take? 5,000 people died out there.
Dude, I don't
There
even
was
know. A
few-
lot,
there was a lot
thousands.
of people died
Yeah,
in bad ways.
yeah.
What's that house in Smyrna? Sam Davis.
Sam
The Sam
Davis
Davis
home.
home?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
was
don't
my
even,
favorite field trip.
I
what
remember that.
happened in Smyrna? I never took that field trip, so I don't know. There's literally battles in
Well,
every town
they
when
it
hearing
was
that.
this
Crazy.
huge house, and they ended up colliding right there, and they like were taking soldiers in and like fixing them up. Yeah, there was like
Okay.
one room it was roped off, and that was like their main operation room, and you could see where they had to like get near the windows for light because it was just stained with blood all near the
Oh my
window.
god.
Like
I've, I, I
it
think
was
I
pretty
have.
rough up there in that room. The rest of the house was dope though.
You
Tennessee
know,
took a
you
lot on in the war. Took a lot of blood.
yes, for
What were you
sure.
saying then?
That
It's
field
a
trip's where I figured out that what sleep tight meant. In the slave quarters, their beds, like their bed frames were like the box spring was just rope, like
oh
weave through wood. So they would
Wow.
have to tighten up their ropes before bed so it was sleep tight. And then obviously bed bugs, but yeah, don't let the bed
Huh.
bugs bite.
my mom actually went to Washington D.C. on a field trip when she was in school, elementary school, and I'm fairly certain, but in the White House, there's like a part of the White House where Abraham Lincoln died, and there's like a pillow, like a bloodstained pillow of Abraham Lincoln.
Really?
I
Hmm.
thought he got popped in a theater.
He did, but I mean, they wheeled him off somewhere.
He lived long enough to die
No,
in the White House.
For
I
a
would say
day.
so. Yeah, I
He
would
He
say
lived
lived
for
so.
a day.
24 hours,
Well,
yeah.
okay,
And
Connor, you're the
all
gun.
kinds of politicians came and tried to get him to do shit for him while he was
Hold
literally,
on, man. Sign this for me, Connor.
yeah.
You're a gun guy. What could he have possibly have shot him with? You know what I mean?
Back
He's
then,
yeah. He snuck a little tiny gun, a little pistol. What could he have possibly got popped with? I mean,
I want to say a 40. I mean, they didn't have much back then except like, I
three
mean,
three hundred years ago or so. 18.
no, that would have been did- was that a
Not
bullet at that time?
not
I don't
three.
think that would
No,
even be a
not
bullet.
300. Sorry.
It
Like
would have been close to two.
200. Yeah, 200. My bad. I had my math wrong. About 200.
You
He might
got to
have got
remember the
smacked
guy
with that musket ball.
the guy
Right.
who killed it was basically like a he was famous. he was an actor, so he would have had money and the means and resources to. He was like an assassin, basically. You know,
No
he
way he
wasn't.
had a bullet before they had bullets, though.
Well, no, they had guns. They fought the Civil
They had
War.
guns, but not bullets. I don't think they had
Oh, I
bullets at
see
that
what you
time.
mean.
That's like musket ball
Here, let's
shit.
see.
Yeah,
That's like flintlock.
hmm.
Let's see. Let's see. What did he get shot with? 44. A 44.
Dude, I said a 40, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I was
Single
close.
shot Derringer pistol, 1865.
What is
Yeah, they
Derringer,
didn't.
Connor? Is that a brand?
Derringer, that's a guy's name, but he makes the small joints.
Is that
like
just
the
like a
pocket.
one shot? Like a just.
No, dude, they make 6-shot Derringers. They make all kinds of stuff. They make a break barrel that can hold like I think it's 44 and 410 shotgun shells, or maybe 357 and the 410 shells. But I would never put a shotgun shell in a Derringer. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah.
I don't actually. Derringer might not make. They kind of cornered the market on that small pistol stuff, so probably is them.
Hmm.
I mean, they had a 44 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay,
Yeah,
Dylan. Dylan sent us another one too. I got the outline right here.
Yeah, keep that outline close by you
Yeah,
because
let's do
this
this.
is more
So
shock one.
the
I
first,
don't-
real quick, and I'm gonna have give you the floor. This is to 2023, so this is pretty wild. So go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah,
what
man.
you got? What you got?
Right. So if any, have y'all seen that movie Midsummer? From a
Can't get
couple
through
years
it.
ago.
Tried to watch
Surprisingly-
it, can't get through it.
You know what it's about? The cult that goes to Sweden. This is like the depressing inverse opposite of that, from what I've read. So apparently, this is in Kenya,
Mm-hmm.
and
400 bodies? Jesus Christ. Uh-oh. I froze. I don't know if y'all can still see me.
Yeah, we can see you.
Or wait, did Dylan freeze?
Dylan froze.
Oh, shit.
Look at his face.
I know. I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, hold on, my thing's still going.
And I was sending a text, so I probably look frozen.
Oh,
Look,
wait.
he just sped up.
Wait.
Look.
Can you hear us, Dylan? You were frozen
Yeah.
for
You
about
good?
okay.
did I lose you guys?
Yeah, about 30 seconds. Just run it all the way back. 2023
Okay.
in Kenya. So yeah, just run it back. You're good.
Okay. In 2023 in Kenya, this guy named Paul McKenzie, convinced between what they say about 400 and
It says
1,000
400.
people
Mhm.
to move. Well, hold on, because that's not confirmed. I don't know.
Yeah, I do. I see it. It says eventually discovered over 400. So it doesn't say a direct number. Okay, go ahead.
Convinced these people to come out to his property. He owned about 800 acres in Kenya. It looked like it was pretty close to the coast, and convinced them to come out there to his compound on a forest and convinced them to starve themselves in order to meet Jesus sooner. So that's what they did. And yeah, the police came and found 15 emaciated bodies, I think, that were in the final stages of starving. I think they were already in shallow graves, even. If not, they found more people in shallow graves. They found tons of children buried in graves. They found people hiding on the property who didn't want to surrender themselves because they were still trying to starve themselves. They found other people trying to deflect the cops so other people wouldn't starve. Really, just what I can imagine is this about the scariest story I've ever heard, and I've never heard it mentioned anywhere in any media. I don't know how I came across it.
Yeah, dude.
And I didn't think you guys would either, so I wanted to bring it up and bring it to somebody's attention because it's nuts. And it turns out that there's more than 1,200 people missing from the area. So that's where I said the 400 number doesn't seem right. Because they actually just found, I believe, They found some bodies in August of 2025. They found like 16 more people buried in a grave. And I
Shallow are
couldn't
these
find any
graves?
pictures of this forest, but it's all like in these woods at this ranch style compound in Kenya.
In Africa. What the hell, dude? Hold on. So is this a white dude? Oh, we lost him again.
Hmm.
Good News International Church. Paul McKenzie was a former taxi driver who became a preacher. What the heck?
What?
What the fuck?
Just wild.
D-Rob, we lost you,
Yeah,
but whenever you come back, just hop in.
he's back.
Okay.
You're unfroze, brother.
Yeah,
I
Dylan.
don't know what's happening.
No, I
Hey,
was.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Is this a white dude or is this like a
No, he's black, I believe.
okay? Huh.
Yeah, but he looks like a light-skinned black guy.
Okay. I'm just okay.
Dude, this is insane. This was in 2023.
I've
Yeah,
never,
that's when they caught him.
I've never.
Why are people still falling for cults? There's so many documentaries and stuff like that. Come on, guys.
These people wanted to starve themselves to meet Jesus. And it's never been covered anywhere.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, what's up with that?
at least they got him. I mean, it says they charged him with terrorism, murder, child cruelty, and organized crime. So I mean, at least there was some justice. But I mean,
oh, he was eating? He didn't starve himself?
what it says.
No, he was probably taking their money and
Yeah.
getting them to sign all their assets over to him. I'm sure that's usually the blueprint for those types of deals. But
One of
Did you
the
see Mother God?
Mm-mm.
yeah, I have.
Dude, Mother God is crazy. That was a recent cult. That was pretty recent. What year was that? Like 2018? Ah, wonder if it's his Wi-Fi. There we do have like storms going on right now.
Yeah, I know. Um, Connor, did we ever? Wow, you remember that one? It was that one. I mean, I guess you could consider it a cult, but it was that one Vice documentary about that dude Pazuzu. You remember that? I know it sounds like crazy.
That sounds familiar.
It was basically like this dude. He was like just some suburban guy, but like they basically lived in like a meth house.
I know who you're
And
talking
okay,
Yeah. No,
about.
yeah.
He was in Raw Garage.
Pazuzu, yeah,
Yeah.
but like he was like a he was like
What?
he was like a wannabe
Dude.
Charles Manson though. Like
You're
he
just
wa-
cold with the facts. I love it. I knew
Yeah.
you would bring this. I feel like I celebrated like this on the last one. I'm sorry.
he was like a wannabe Charles Manson though. Like he wasn't.
Yeah,
God,
I remember that guy.
he was super hardcore.
Yeah, like white dude with dreads and did meth and like shaved his teeth into like
I'm gonna have to look this up, like
sharp knives.
the beliefs. I want to know like what denomination were they going for?
I mean, dude, the church. Hold on.
What God were they meeting?
I
You know what I
clicked-
mean?
Apocalyptic Christian is what it says.
Okay, here
The
we
most-
go. Good News International Ministries is a defunct Christian new religious movement based in Kenya, wildly described as a doomsday cult, founded around 03 by Paul McKenzie. It became globally notorious after hundreds of followers died. I mean, the
He was
church-
working on this for 20 years.
That's what it says. The church began
Why
as a
does it work?
small neo-Pentecostal ministry where he preached heavily on the end times. Yeah, I mean, basically, he was just preaching, "Hey, Jesus is
man.
coming back."
Can we pull up a video of this guy? There's got to be, right?
Oh yeah, let's see. Actually,
How'd he spread his word?
that's a good point. Let's see. Paul, spelled that
How'd he
wrong.
spread his word, Dylan?
Yeah.
Here's his
Oh,
picture.
It's a 20-minute video.
That's a photo.
Here we go. Here we go.
That's not what I imagined.
Handcuffed,
Yeah.
they filed out.
Oh, he's got some
94
Y'all can hear this?
accused, plus one.
clips. Yeah.
The one. Looking thinner than in previous court appearances, Paul McKenzie,
There he
former
is.
taxi driver turned preacher.
Boy, I want to
Mackenzie and the others are already facing 3 separate trials, charged with terrorism, murder, and child torture and cruelty.
Yeah.
A new trial
Terrorism,
now, the
murder.
fourth and final. The charge, manslaughter.
The prosecution shall lead evidence showing how, in passage of the Suicide Pact,
Oh my.
Not guilty, they say, of this. Over 400 bodies were exhumed in mass graves in Chakahola Forest. Mackenzie's preaching ordered starvation as the only way to make it to heaven. As he said, the end of the world was upon them. Autopsies revealed emaciated bodies, but also beatings and strangulation. His order was
Whoa.
that children were to be starved and die first, then women, then men, and he would follow last.
That's what they all say.
Mackenzie now first,
gonna come
facing
last,
the
huh?
charges. 5 witness testimonies are scheduled for this week.
That's what.
Further hearings in
Isn't
this
that what Jim Jones did too? He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah,
Y'all grab some,
Don't worry about
grab
it.
a comfy spot.
Yeah, you're
Just
good.
save me a spot. I'll be right there.
Yeah, I'll be right there. Don't even sweat it, guys.
Guys, that's not funny. Jim Jones did a horrible thing.
You want to know what
It's
case?
almost been long enough.
You want to know what case really gets me? And we talked about this on the last one, bro. But it's the Holly Bobo case.
Because it's so close.
It's so close, dude. I mean, this one just gets me. And
Where was Holly Bobo again?
it's at Parsons, which is like south, right? It's like Grundy County, I believe. So like, I think it was Grundy. Oh no! It says Decatur County, south. But this one always gets me. I don't know if this like I said, we talked about this on the last one, but this is like basically like they got somebody, but this to me is an unsolved case. Like there's so much sketchy shit. There's so much sketchy shit. Like I think the law enforcement had stuff to do with this too, like covering it up. Like, you remember this one, Connor?
Vaguely.
All right, but
Run me through it.
do you know it well, Dylan, or do you want me to?
I
run
watched
through-
some of it on the news.
Man, but why do I always think that it happened in Murfreesboro or has ties to Murfreesboro?
I don't believe so, but the girl was a nursing student at UT Martin. But all right, so here we go, Connor.
I drive out to Martin every day at work, so it's a small town out there.
Okay, 2011, around 7:30 in the morning, Holly Bobo's brother Clint saw Holly walking into the woods with a man wearing camo. Okay.
Mhm.
Her brother initially assumed the man was her boyfriend out hunting. When he realized something was wrong, he grabbed a gun and called 911. Okay, investigators later believed Holly was abducted from the property. There was blood on the carpet, the ground was disturbed, and there were signs of a struggle. Okay. She went missing after that. Okay,
Nothing.
there was a big search. This was like all over. This was national news at this point in a tiny town in Decatur, Tennessee, wherever the hell that is. Then in 2014, they found her remains 3 years later. And then there was these people right here were all charged. But all right, so here's the prosecution's theory. Holly was kidnapped during a drug-related revenge plot. Zach Adams allegedly believed Holly's brother was involved in snitching about drug activity. She was abducted and later SA'd and murdered. However, no physical evidence tied Adams to the murder scene. Okay? Then they had a trial in 2017. Jason Autry testified against Zach Adams. Autry claimed Adams kidnapped and killed Holly. Mind you, there was no evidence of him there. The prosecution relied heavily on this guy, Jason Autry. And if I have my facts right, this guy, Jason, he was slow.
Like a Memphis 3 deal.
And then, okay.
Seems like you're always a slow guy they pin it on, man.
So, I mean, and of course, you know the prosecution, they're trying to figure something out. Like they can't just have an unsolved murder case in this town of 1,000 people, maybe.
Yeah, it shakes the community too hard.
So yeah, I mean, evidence was mostly circumstantial. Testimony came from drug addicts and criminals. Several witnesses later changed or recanted their statements. In 2022, Jason Autry, the guy who ratted on Zach, recanted parts of his testimony, saying he was pressured by investigators. Despite all that,
That's just like the West Memphis Three.
like,
It's exactly what they did to them. They coerce you into saying something,
and then despite all
and then
that,
run.
mhm.
That's all they need is, to convince a jury, and that's if they can do that, or just get you to sign that you're guilty, and they'll
what
avoid a trial if you can't
what
afford
made
the
you
attorney.
what makes you think the cops are involved?
Because this right here, dude. Again, in 2022, Jason Autry recanted parts of his They had nothing, dude. Mind you, this was
so they were just trying to pin it on somebody to solve it?
somebody.
No, they didn't. I didn't know if they had like ties to one of the people that were charged.
Well, I don't think so.
Like maybe a family member.
I don't think so, but this right here is the big. These two right here. Testimony came from drug addicts and criminals. So think about where we are in Tennessee. They're meth heads, and they're redneck meth heads. You know.
Yeah, I bet some charges got dropped for that.
And then people were going back on their statements. What am I trying to say? Contradicting themselves, and they were like, "No, you already said that. That's what it is." So, I mean, and it lasted 6 years.
Like,
dude.
no, the trial?
Yeah, that's what it says. This case lasted 6 years for somebody to get charged officially.
When did the murder happen again?
2011, and 2022, or in 17 was the trial, and they had this dude Zach. Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, that is wild. Oh, he didn't get a retrial. I would have went for a retrial.
Well, I mean, he's still
no. There was a scuffle, and there was like a scene of a crime, and y'all still have none of my DNA nowhere. Come on now.
Can you imagine?
I don't even own any camouflage.
Can you imagine what a retrial for a murder conviction would cost if your family's just a regular family?
Bro,
like you can't afford something like that. You couldn't afford the first murder conviction. Like that already put.
Bro, if I was innocent, I'd fight it with a court appointed attorney.
That's
I'd
fine
fight
for the first one.
twice.
I don't know if they're gonna just give you one for their decision. I don't think they give public.
That's a jury's decision. It's not their decision. It's not up to the judge anymore.
How do you think that works? Does the public defender have to stay with you after you go to jail? Like,
I don't.
Can you be like, I'm not done, bro. You're not done either.
Yeah, no, we're gonna fight this.
I've got a long list of appeals I'd like to make.
Yeah, this is. I was gonna see if
Sad,
there was like
though.
a.
I remember that.
I was gonna see if there was like a short video on this.
It freaked a lot of people out.
Yeah,
that guy, that video Monsters, the channel, they did one on her. Remember?
Let's see. Okay, just click this guy.
This young woman was kidnapped, taken advantage of, and then dumped in the woods where she would remain for months until investigators uncovered her remains. Holly Bobo was just 20 years old when she disappeared. Her brother witnessed her kidnapping, but many people believe her brother may have actually been involved in her disappearance.
Right.
Rumors claim that Holly's brother is being visited by a friend who is going to teach him how to manufacture illegal substances. This rumor claims that when Holly found out about this, she began to shout and maybe even threatened to tell the police. To keep this from happening, the friend needed to silence Holly once and for all. This friend was none other than Zach Adams. Reports claim that Zach kidnapped Holly, took advantage of her in an abandoned barn, then claimed her life with a single shot. In the end, Zach was convicted on all charges, but the involvement of Holly's own brother remains unknown. Follow for more true crime stories.
See, I mean, it's I don't know.
I'd be fighting in court again. For sure, these. Huh?
Didn't it happen early in the morning too?
Yeah, it was like
7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
That's
tough
meth
time to
activity.
Yep, 7:30 in the morning.
Bro, catching a body at 7 a.m. is definitely meth activity.
I'm not really into that, you know?
They didn't go to bed.
Yeah, they weren't sleeping. Why Tennessee is known
Oh.
for our meth use down here. What is that?
Hour.
Well, yeah, we're all lumped into it, man.
I've never done methamphetamines. Let
Well,
the record show.
same.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so this I just kind of, let's see what we can. We've already blasted through this, but let's just kind of thumb through these. I just went and I looked up. Give me an outline of Tennessee famous true crimes. You got the Holly Bobo, and then we got West Memphis 3.
That's one of the worst ones ever. So West Tennessee it's got a really creepy vibe to it, man. Just being completely flat. It just reminds me of the slave days, honestly.
Hmm.
I drive through it all the days, and it just reminds me of that time period. And it's got the whole like antebellum South Gothic feel to
Does
it.
it
You know what I
really?
mean?
Yeah, I never
It
spent.
definitely looks like it. Once you leave Middle Tennessee and head west,
Hmm.
well, the demographic changes, and there's definitely, it becomes a lot more African American heavy still to this day. There's probably 55, 60% black people once you get towards Memphis, Jackson area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely flat, so once you get to the Mississippi River Delta, it's still shaking off that past, is what I mean. You'd still feel that sometimes.
Wait,
Still in poverty because of it, that's for damn sure.
why did it put? Hold on, am I tweaking? What is that?
What?
Why did it put this on here twice? The Memphis 3. Wait, is that the? Wait, that's the same thing, right?
Gotta be.
1960.
Yeah, but they did a retro. I
Ah.
believe that's that's the case, and then that might be the.
Oh, that Channing Christian and that one, that's
Hold on,
the
wait, is that a different one?
murders.
Oh.
That happened in Knoxville. That number 2, and that was this couple
you're
that
talking
went
about
to UT, and they were kidnapped by these gang members.
I heard about this.
Yeah,
And it was really bad. They tortured them, took
Yeah.
them over to the ghetto, and
Just
put 'em in,
randomly too. Like randomly just snatch these people
yeah.
up.
did bad things to them, man, and then left.
Read
was-
that outline
I,
if you don't mind. I got it
Yeah.
small for me.
Who? Well, this is really like an outline, but they jacked their cars. I mean, literally, there's really not much else to it, but
Weren't they just like going out? Like they were about to just go out for the night?
something to
Yeah.
that effect. Yeah,
they
it
were in
was.
their apartment complex,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they jacked her out of her car.
out of car, and they stole.
Jacked them out of her
Mhm.
car, out of her. I think she had a Toyota 4Runner.
Wasn't it
they-
like red?
They kidnapped her and took the car, and took her over to the bad side of town, and went to town on them, dude. They made them drink bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Just did horrible things, man. Like I don't even want to talk about some of the details of that case because
Oh, this is
it was
interesting.
that bad.
I don't know if
And,
you guys would know about this, but there was a Grizzlies player who got shot. I don't know too much about it. I'd have to. I should have prompted it different on chat, but dang, I totally forgot about this. Yeah, he got shot. And his ex-wife had something to do with it. He was an NBA player.
And Steve McNair. That happened
my-
Yeah,
here.
dude, that one was
God.
that one was crazy.
You don't want to get too famous and
Dude.
be in Tennessee.
Well, dude, he was
McNair did his thing.
he was in the
man.
wrong spot.
He was tripping.
I'd heard
He should have been somewhere else.
I've heard third hand that he
I
was
forget-
into a lot of different pies too. Like McNair. I heard he had
Yeah.
gay going on all over the
Yeah,
mix.
no, he was moving. I swear he was. There's no way.
Have
Yeah,
y'all
he was a good guy.
heard about any of these?
No. The state senator, what was that?
Tommy Burks. No, I
Tom
haven't.
Burks.
Got shot. I don't know. Gail Katz. The murders of the Lilled family. Murray County. Wow. Murray
Maybe
County.
Murray.
What the hell?
Maury County, that's Columbia.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Refers to a 2024. Wow. Case.
Huh?
Oh my God. Hold on. Let's see. The case drew regional attention due to the severe nature of the allegations involving multiple defendants charged with homicide. The case began when emergency responders were called to a residence in Murray County after reports of an unresponsive infant. Medical examiners determined the child had suffered fatal injuries consistent with abuse. Local law enforcement, assisted by the TBI, launched. 2 adults were arrested and charged in connection to the death. So the parents? What the fuck, man? I don't know. I've never heard about that. That's
Wow.
fucking crazy,
Me
dude.
either.
Well, let's look at this one. Then we can hop over. Jennifer Casey. Orlando. Wait. From Orlando, Florida. Why is this on?
She
Yeah,
might have been visiting.
Oh, it says she has strong Tennessee connections. Jennifer.
she was
Jennifer was
tricky.
Jennifer was a finance graduate working for a timeshare company when she vanished shortly after returning from vacation. Friends and family last spoke with her the night before she reported to work. The next morning, she failed to appear. Kessie's car, a black 2004 Malibu, was found 2 days later in a nearby apartment complex. Surveillance footage showed an unidentified person. No signs of struggle. Where's the tennis? Am I tweaking? I haven't seen anything about. I mean, God rest her soul, but that's
I don't
terrible.
know how this made the list.
It's right
yeah, it's
here.
really Orlando, Florida.
It says Orlando, Florida, but strong
Yeah, okay.
through the family and media. Interesting. Well, boys, this was a blast. I'll tell you that much. Dylan, we got to get you back on here again, man.
I'm down, man.
I appreciate you, dude. Look, man, I would love. You know, what would be cool. Now I got your phone number and stuff. What would be cool is if we did one, like we all listened to, like we all like got a case and we broke it down, like each other. That'd be really cool. Like one specific one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Appreciate you inviting me on here, man.
Absolutely.
We had fun this time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna end it here, boys. I appreciate y'all.